So good morning, good afternoon, good evening traders, wherever you are in the world. Victor's FX here. Hey, today's video we're going to be doing the weekly outlook where we'll look at pairs that we're looking for the next week and breaking them down as we want to see price deliver. Okay, so last week we talked about EURUSD going long from this zone down here, which has not been tapped. Okay, let me draw that out a little bit, which has not been tapped for the most part, but you can see what price was doing during the week. Price was just reaccumulating from that zone. So if we even go to a higher time frame, let's say maybe the 3 hour time frame, you can clearly see this down push. You could even refine it to this last black candle before the up move. So that was where we're expecting price to come down from before we start buying EURUSD, because once more we talked about how bullish this pair is, and it's more likely the likeliness of EURUSD to just continue busting to the upside. We talked about that, and that's basically what we want to see during the next week. We still want to see bullishness for EURUSD. I know you guys are tired of hearing it, but let's just take a look into what the price action did during last week. So before we entered last week, price was already kind of going down this way, and a lot of people have been piling sales as usual. And I was just expecting this whole thing here to be a reaccumulation, so I was getting into a lot of buys, not failed buys, a lot of good buys. Okay, so that's just one thing about trading. And I said you should master your reaccumulation and redistribution, so you'll be able to get trades even when the market is kind of ranging. Okay, so I got a really good win in this zone here. You can see this trade, very nice trade. I think the total delivery was like a 1 to 12 or something. Yeah, but there's a way I manage my trades. Once more, everybody we might be trading the same strategy, but at the end of the day, I might be making more profits than you, or you might be making more profits than me, depending on management. So once you get into a trade, you have to know how to manage your trades. It's not all about analysis and stuff and stuff and stuff. Okay, so the price action here, price has just been going lower this way, going lower, and then it started rejecting off. So I instantly assumed this as an accumulation because price is bullish. So that was when I kind of drew out this zone, and price respected it quite perfectly, and then we got a mini reaccumulation here, the break of lows, break of structure to the top side, break of structure to the top side. Okay, so this was the zone that caused that break, and you can see the beautiful mitigations, guys. And price has started displacing once more to the top side. So what am I doing? Am I looking to sell? No, I'm looking for the next beautiful zone to continue what buying this market. If I even go lower, you can see another trade I took. I don't want to be showing screenshots and stuff because it doesn't really matter if I took it or not. Obviously, I don't want to prove anybody wrong or right. Maybe in due time I might be showing results on the channel, but for now let's just keep it educational. So this was another trade I took here. I think the total risk to reward was around, sorry about that, total risk to reward was around 1 to 8 or so. Yeah, around 1 to 8. And then you can see price later dropped to the downside. Was I scared that it was going to sell off? No, it just came back to do some more mitigations. So generally we just want to see much more accumulations to go higher. So during the coming week, I want to see this high here taken out on EURUSD. I want to see the price push up above this high this way to continue with delivering bullish. So all we have to do is to wait for reaccumulations to continue following this price action. Okay, we just need to wait. I might not wait, guys, because sometimes I just take trades out of accumulations. Okay, so if I see a nice setup, I'm definitely gonna take it, but I'm not taking any sales for the week. That's just what I would let you guys know. I'm not taking any sales, not in any scenario. I've not taken any sales for a very long time. I've not sold any market for a very long time now, guys. I've just been bullish, guys. Now, USDJPY, we talked about it being bullish last week, and this has been a delivery to the top side here, and it's starting to look like a breakdown. Once more, what am I looking for? See that it comes back to this reaccumulation zone down here, or this demand zone down here. So USDJPY, see that it comes down to this zone here. All we just have to allow it accumulate or do whatever the fuck it wants to do. Right now, I kind of like this accumulation that's looking here. I just want to get any reason to go long. Okay, it doesn't have to be over solid, because we are in a bullish market, which means bullishness gets to work out a lot more than bearishness. I don't really like selling. You can see even in this small tiny zone here, I got a very nice buy. I could go to the 1 minute time frame. This one was back tested, but the Euro USD trades were all executed live. Okay, I might start recording those stuff so it gets, so maybe somebody learns something from it. I told you guys I'm gonna show you more about entries, but yeah, I'm gonna work on that. I've just been very busy working for myself, so it hasn't been very easy for me. So this was just a breakdown here, breaks to the top side, breaks to the top side, leaving a clear demand zone down here. So I just marked out the demand zone, and then we waited for price to come into the zone and give us our triple M entry, and we were able to execute this, and this would have been a very flawless trade. It gave a total of about a 1 to 5. Once more, you don't need, okay, they've like a 1 to 6, okay, but you don't really need to hit a 1 to 10 every single time in order for it to be profitable. That's just one thing I want you guys to know. Profitability in Forex is about execution. I don't want to preach to anybody, because when you start trading live, you have to create your own system. I know demo trading and backtesting is good for everything, but when you start executing live, some rules are gonna hold together for you for your management in order for you to see your account growing. Because you might be catching the same trades as me, and your account is not even growing. So that's just one thing I want you guys to keep at the back of your mind. You have to learn how to manage your own trades. Nobody can, no matter what I preach here, if you don't start executing live, you will not be able to advance properly. I'm not saying just jump on the live chart when you don't know what your strategy even is. I mean, when you have a solid strategy that you've backtested and you've demo traded for a long period of time, it is good to take it live and then what? Observe how you manage, observe your risk to reward. If it's the same as your backtested trade, if it needs modification and all of that fun stuff. So the experience also comes with it. So it's not all about everybody telling you psychology. Psychology comes with execution. So when you start executing more trades that are real trades which meet your criteria, I'm not saying just go in and bunny hop into any single trade in the market. When you start doing that, you will start getting changes and you will start noticing things that you need to take care of. Okay, for me right now, I think I got my technicals right. I feel very confident technically. I feel very confident in my entries. What I'm trying to work on right now is my management. Okay, it's not perfect right now. Doesn't mean I'm not making money, but it's not optimal as I want it to be. So I'm trying to make a little bit of changes from a lot of trailing stops and all of those stuff to just letting my trade run. But yeah, just a management pattern to me. Nothing I have to discuss all about every other person, but that's just what the take I have on the market. Now let's just get back to the topic at hand, which is USDJPY. I'm looking at this stuff here as the market's giving us its intention, which is what's breaking lower and what's breaking higher. So I just have to wait for price to come back into, sorry about that guys, into this last zone, this demand zone right here. I love to see price come back into it and see what price will do. Now I'm not gonna wait for it. Okay, I'm not gonna, if price gives me a break that I love, my guys, I'm off. I'm in this trade. If you see something like this on USDJPY, I just be like, ah, Victor, you caught this one. Okay, sorry guys. So don't, just be creative, guys. I'm not saying go and blow your account, but when you know accumulations, you don't have to wait. It's just like, it's something I keep preaching. You don't have to wait for price to come into the zone. I'm not selling. I don't feel like selling this USDJPY into any zone. I just keep taking buys. Look at another beautiful buy here. Since the price is bullish, look at another beautiful buy here. You can see this demand zone I marked did not hold. Okay, so I rather force buys than force shorts, because I think shorts you get more losses taking shorts, and if you are looking for accumulations on this market, it's gonna be delivering much more as compared to somebody else taking a short. This was another beautiful trade here. Okay, so guys, just be long, be long and enjoy yourself. Okay, no financial advice though. Do your researches before you start investing. USD, Euro USD, I told you guys I want to see the break of this high right here, and then we'll check any demand zone here to go higher. Okay, but if it starts going lower, I might just be very careful at the way I execute my trades. So we've been bang on right a lot of times. So if we are wrong this one time, it doesn't really matter. It's not about being wrong or right. It's about how much you make when you're right and how much you lose when you're wrong. So that's how to differentiate yourself from the 90% that are losing. And you have to give yourself breathing room to be able to execute trades. Okay, you don't just execute 5 trades and blue account and then say it was this, it was that. Take your time, reduce your risk, and then what? Learn why you are doing some things wrong. Get confident, and then what? The sky is literally the limit for you. And don't be in a hurry to be a millionaire because you have enough time. I don't mean I don't say that you have enough. Some of you are handling serious bills, but there's enough time to make money. If you can just learn this skill and maybe you are able to consistently make money, guys, you can drag in an angel investor, an investor that might give you $10 million. Make 1% of $10 million. I don't even know how much that is. Let me calculate it, guys. Let's say 1 0 10 0 0 0 0 0 0. I believe this is $10 million. Multiply by, let's say you are risking 0.5% and maybe you made 5% in a week. Multiply by 5%. How much is that? You can see that $500,000, guys. And this is just an average week for you. You can be doing this every week and you might be sharing a 50-50 with the person, which is like $250,000. A bad week you might lose 50k, 25k, 100k, but it doesn't stop the net positivity of your strategy, guys. You can also get prop firms up to 300,000, 400,000, $1 million. So the upside potential is very, very large. Don't be looking at your only your personal capital and what you have at the moment. Just take your time to learn this skill. Okay, there's a lot of ways you can scale up your capital. It's just very simple if you ask me. Okay, it's very simple. You could get the prop firm for $100, $200, and all of those stuff, and you could be risking. You'll be getting an account that could risk up to $500. And if you are able to make just, okay, let's say you're making a 1 to 5, that's like $2,500 on a good trade. Doesn't mean you're not gonna lose some trades, guys. So on a good trade, and maybe in a month you're making 2, 3 times, 4 times of that in a month. That's an understatement because you know you can do better than that. Obviously, you have to know yourself and execute to a point where you are confidently sure that you're a profitable trader and you're not just guessing and bunny hopping and all of those fun stuff. So if you're able to make this amount in a month, I'm not saying it's the biggest amount of money, and also from where I'm from, Nigeria is a lot of money actually, but I'm not saying this is where it stops for you. From this $10,000, you could scale to a very, very crazy amount of prop firms. You could get 300k accounts, you could get $1 million account, and the risk on that account, let's say you're risking $5,000. If you're risking $5,000 per trade, multiply by 5. That is about $25,000 on a good Monday morning. Let's say on a Monday morning you got a 1 to 5, it's about 25,000. I'm talking about the monetary value. We know that the risk to reward is worth it. So $25,000 just means, let's say in a day or in 3 days you can. So a lot of money potential is in this thing. So if you are suffering right now, you're blowing your $500 account, your $2,000 account, your $10,000 account. Just know that the upside potential is very huge. Just take it slow. As always, one of my mentors says that Forex is a slow way to make money fast and a fast way to lose a lot of money. Okay, a slow way to build up your capital. You could start from $100, $500. Don't be discouraged. Obviously, if you don't have capital, you should get a work or get something doing that you'll be able to raise funds to support yourself. But it's a very, very slow. It's a slow way to grow a lot of capital and a fast way to lose money if you don't know what you're doing. You could lose $1 billion in 1 hour on this market. So that's just the thing. Don't rush into it. Don't blow your capital before you get started. If you really know how to trade, why don't you start with a small account? A lot of people are just like, oh, I need $300,000. If you are not faithful with a 50k account, how do you feel you can manage a $300,000 account properly? You have to be faithful with the small you have. If you have a 50k account and you're making consistent profits of $2,000, $2,000, $2,000 every week or a month, obviously don't give yourself a target so you don't get yourself choked up. If you're able to do that, then with that money you don't even have stress on a $300,000 account because you can afford a lot of them without any stress or hassle. And when you get to that $300,000 account, you could be blowing the bank. You could be making 50k a week or 60k a week, whatever you want to do. Just have the belief and don't rush the process, because I see a lot of Instagram traders posting a lot of crazy things. Okay, so don't just rush into it. And I'm not gonna say all of them are profitable because you've not seen their losing streak and how much they lose. You might see somebody making $20,000, but you don't know that behind the scenes, when he starts losing, he loses maybe $40,000 for each 20k he makes. So it's not everything. It's not all about the dollar value. Check the risk to reward. How much are you losing when you lose, and how much are you making when you win? What is your win rate? That is Forex. I don't care if you're on a $5 account. If you are consistently making profit, you should be able to scale up, and you are a profitable trader. I don't want to know your net worth and your value. So this immediately turned into like a rant type of video, but that's not what I wanted it to be. But yeah, that's just what we are looking for. Now finally, before we go off, I just want to let you know that we are still bullish on UJ, and worst case scenario, maybe you get an accumulation down here. I still want to be bullish until price says otherwise, because I'm not the god of Forex, and we're just following price action, and then we just want to make a little bit of money while concentrating on our edge. Yeah, so that's just what I have for this week. I hope you guys had a banging week, and I hope this week is even going to be more banging than the previous week. I love you guys. Stay blessed, stay hyped, stay fiery.